It's hard for me. I have to do it. Can I use yours? Or anybody? I'll have to. So my question, we're here. I'm right here. I found it that, is there something I'm doing wrong to to like stay out of her guard when I sweep her? Because I feel like if I do this sweep, like I'll just be put into her guard.
So, understanding your choices of which guard pull and which sweep work together, and that's what me and kind of Big Jesse were talking about, right? Is that if his foot that I have my hip on remains the front foot, I'm gonna attack that foot. If I hold guard so hard that his other foot switches stances, I'm probably gonna attack that foot. Or if they just totally square up, 2 feet on the hips and start working attacks from there, right? And so you kind of have to recognize as you're guard pulling what is happening. So if his foot doesn't move, right, I step here and here. Easy to get that grip. I didn't have to reach for it, right? And then I could set here. Then when I kick and stand, to not end up in her guard, your idea should be to be, this foot comes to the mat, this leg comes back, and you can follow through, right? It's just that technical stand-up. And then if they step and the other foot comes forward, this is where I might go into a daily heat sweep. So I don't teach a ton of this. This used to be my Tammy Jam. So we're in here, right? I pull them hard enough that I can get under this foot. So now I am actively using my foot to control this, right? My foot is flexed. I have him as close as possible to me. Ideally, even I'd be sitting on his foot for some of this stuff. But I'm gonna be here, right? This foot was still on the hip. I still have this sleeve and I still have this collar. What we were talking about before, right, is all sweeps require me to do what?
Hips.
Get their hips over, right? So I get his hips over. And put it back down so I talk. I'm gonna get his hips over, and then I'm gonna take him into the open space. I know which way I'm gonna take him because I took this post away, right? So I'm gonna lift through here, right? You don't have to do the fancy throw apart right flip his foot. You can literally just roll over, right? Sometimes I really want to clear my partner away from me, and sometimes I don't. That's kind of a personal preference, right? And so I did that more so I could talk to you guys. And then I can set up into my attack. So this is going to be the next one. We'll work into the daily heat sweep. All right, we're going to have time to do this sweep this week, and then we'll move into some of the other options. All right, so I get in here. I step, comes through, I get underneath. I use that Flappy Bird motion again to lift, bring him over. Right? I can set up however I want from here. Right? There's going to be different attacks. I can go down, I can go to side control, all that stuff, right? And so if you can get this, you're going to get your sweep points and probably end up getting your mount points at some point.
So it's like the daylight helo pose with the foot that's bringing them.
Yes,
that foot and
yes.
the hip is just what is getting them off.
And so the idea for this hook is, like most things in jiu-jitsu, is about how do I keep their weight off of me. You'll see this happen a lot when like someone's trying to knee slice, stuff like that. You can use this as a defensive position. So I get in here, right? And this just allows me to kind of lift them up so as they're trying to go past me, so it's sort of work to pass, right? I can set this up and lift, right? And then when I get in here, I can move them over and set up and go from there. So give it a shot. We'll go 5 minutes of this, and then we'll go no-gi.